So it's a super powerful lead generation technique. And I don't really care who, if you don't like video or I don't like putting myself on a screen, you have got to get over that. I mean, we're moving into a new world where it's really important. It's super, super powerful. I'd like to talk about one of my favorite business generation methods that work in any market, and it's geared towards building up your sphere of influence. Now, a lot of people will do this, but they don't do it towards working on their sphere. And as we know, 80% of business generation, of business that's closed, I should say, is done from a real estate agent's sphere of influence. That's a National Association of Realtors stat. Usually between 78 and 82%. It's been going that way for like the last 30 years. With the internet, it's even increased a little bit. So we're usually, I think last year we were looking at about 80%. So there's only 20% of the business out there that's generating business from people you don't know. And that's the crazy thing. I mean, you think of all the different ways you can generate business, online leads and Facebook and FSBOs and expired listings. Those are all generating business from people you don't yet know. That's only 20% of all the market. 80% of closings are actually done through people that were already in relationship with the agent. So it serves us well to market that, especially in off seasons, down markets, things like that. Even more so because you're prepping for the harvest season, right? The spring and the summer when most people elect to save. It's to buy a house. So what I want to first talk about is the concept of the video text. And this is super powerful, super powerful. I love doing this. And it's really this simple. It's you're sending a video text, a brief one, to someone who's already in your sphere of influence. That's all you're doing. It's a quick, informal, 30-second to 60-second text. What you're going to see, it's very hard to make it that short. Okay. For example, around the holiday season, it might be a real quick, hey, Dave, just thinking about you. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that I'm thinking about you, man. And I hope you have a great holidays. I didn't want to bother you with a phone call, so I just want to reach out and touch you this way. Say hi to Janet and the whole family for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Here's to a happy next year. Happy 2023 or what have you. And you move on in and out real quick. So you get a face touch that way. And it builds a lot of rapport. That's the thing I love about video is you actually build relationship one-on-one. That's very different than social media where you're actually typically posting to the masses. It doesn't build the one-on-one relationship so much as a quick video text. So that's a big deal. I'm not saying you shouldn't do phone calls. And I know a lot of people are going to jump all over what I'm about to talk about, and say, oh, I don't have to do phone calls. I'll just do this. Well, that's not true. Phone calls are extremely powerful and still your highest contact touch. However, if you're not doing them already, at least do this. This is faster. I mean, I, for one, if you try to call me out of the blue, I'm never going to answer the phone ever. I can promise you that. I just don't pick up. However, if you text me, we might be able to quickly find a time to talk. The video touch is really quick because 97 and 99% of text messages are opened. That's a national stat. And if you send me a video text, I'm going to watch it. It's here to tell you. And I get tons of texts every day. I mean, big company, people all over the, North America, that kind of thing. But I will watch that. I mean, if you text me, I'm going to get it and I'm going to open it and I'm going to watch it. And that's true of just about anybody. So as long as you're spreading happiness and joy and you're not selling, we're not asking for business on this. These are personal touches. So it's real important. Don't try to convert. This is your sphere of influence. We're trying to nurture, foster, stay first of mind. Another great time is on a birthday. I mean, that's something I would do and have in your CRM all of your birthdays of every member of your sphere of influence. And it's real simple. It's just like, hey, John, this is Brian Icenhower just reaching out, saying, hey, I was just thinking about you. I saw it was your birthday and I wanted to reach out and say happy birthday, man. It's been too long, but I hope you have a wonderful day. You totally deserve it. Say hi to, Sarah and the kids. Hopefully I see you in person soon. Take care, bud. I'm out. I mean, that is a very powerful, memorable touch. It happened to me. And you know who did it to me? It was actually one of the best sales companies on the planet, Cutco Knives. These guys, I mean, they only hire talent. These guys are talented. They have a great product too, don't get me wrong. I'm not like getting paid to talk about Cutco, but I've always respected their sales staff. They have great guys, very charismatic, very, very gifted in their sales techniques. And Cutco prides themselves on their sales training that they give their professionals. And guess what? It shows up all the time. And it's shown up, I mean, I've watched them for 30 plus years performing at a very high level. And as far as client gifts go, I mean, I think they dominate that market, right? And they always have. And a lot of it's the relationships those sales reps form. And sure enough, you know, it's my birthday, and a Cutco rep I know sends me that thing. And I still remember it. And I'm like, man, the reason I'm talking about it and making sure everyone does it, I mean, I knew about this and I knew about video texting, and we've actually coached it and things like that. But the way that it made me feel over the course, this was just a couple months ago, the way that made me feel over the next couple weeks was like, man, he stood out from all the texts, Facebook things, you know, whatever, posts and DMs, cards even. He stood out. You know why? He didn't bother me. Trying to call someone on your birthday is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like that's, you know, you're taking my time. So if you're talking to a D or an I behavior, they really, especially Ds, they really value that time. And if you just give me the opportunity to look at it as brief whenever I have time on my own time, and I can still respond to him with a quick text without having to call him because he's not asking for anything. He's just giving. He's coming from contribution. And that's powerful. You'll be shocked at the number of people in your sphere of influence that respond and say, thanks, man, that means a lot. Or that, you know what I mean? Like, and you get an engagement, and that counts as a contact. I always, you know, we always talk about, you know, what constitutes a valid contact in lead generation activities. Well, a phone call where you actually speak to the other person, obviously. If they just leave a message, no. But if they engage back in a digital text or something like that, it's very, very powerful. So super, super exciting to be able to do this and just spread joy. You get that open rate too. You know, everyone's going to see it. And it's you know, it's just a one-on-one video text. So it's real. A couple things I want to make sure is we keep it real personal. So it's got to be very personal. We don't talk about business. We don't talk about, you know, like doing an annual property review or anything like that. We're trying to make a personal touch here, which is the key to working your sphere of influence. It's coming from contribution, adding value. If it's on the birthday, obviously do it on the birthday. If it's the holidays, it's any time between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Any time in there works. It's the holiday season, right? And there's plenty of other times too, and other ways to do it. The best way to find topics to talk about is by working on social media. If you are doing what we coach and what I've told you many, many times over and over again, and by the way, I will say it's really just best to use your phone's video. Send your phone's video, keep it short so it goes through quick, and send it. I do not recommend using a lot of fancy programs and stuff like this. Keep it very casual, okay? The key is to keep it, and if you start doing auto texting and you just get all caught up in all these programs, it doesn't have the same impact as you just thought of them and sent them a quick video, okay? It's got to be fast. Don't worry about what's behind you or anything like that. Do it in your car. That's how most people do it. So it's got to seem casual. Do it with any background that's, you know, respectable. Don't do it in a bar, but you get the idea. Like, do it, make it look casual, make it look natural. Don't get all crazy and it's got to be, you can even mess up in it. Like, don't practice your script ahead of time. Don't do any of that. Just shoot a quick video. It's like, hey man, I'm thinking about you, like a FaceTime almost. And if you screw up on your words, just screw up on your words. It'll even seem more natural that way. That's the whole idea. It's a type of situation where it's going to be very, very quick and easy, okay? It's going to make you look very, very authentic if you screw up and mess up. Just get comfortable with it over time. I know people hate the video. I mean, do not dress up any more than you would if you were going to work. Don't get all crazy with it. Make it natural. That's the key here, okay? Topics, get on. I mean, you should be going on Facebook. I mean, if you're coached by us, you definitely do. I mean, you're on Facebook every single day. You're doing a 10-10-5. You're in and out in 15 minutes at least, like a ninja, engaging with other people's posts, commenting on other people's posts. You've got all your, and this is all, should be all old hat to our people. You've got all your people in Facebook grouped in a Facebook list, so that you're just scrolling down a timeline to just your sphere of influence, and they're custom labeled with that Facebook list called SOI. And if you don't know how to create a list, or you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google, how do I create a Facebook list? And it'll come up real quick. It's one of the oldest tools in Facebook that no one ever seems to know about. And you're going to scroll down there every day, and you're going to do your 10 likes and your 10 hearts, and you're going to comment your quick comments like we always teach you. Wow, awesome, great photo, real quick, always an exclamation mark, always positive, popping, just spreading love, staying first of mind, gaining and building those reputations with your sphere of influence every single day, doing 25 touches through a 10-10-5 every single morning. It's 125 touches a week. If you want to double it up and do a 20-20-10 in and out in 30 minutes on Facebook every day, go for it. But what that's going to do is, if you're in there, practicing what we teach every single morning, just like before, you're going to see what's going on in the lives of members of your SOI database, because they're also in your SOI list. You're going to see it every day. And guess what? You're going to have reasons to reach out. Hey man, quick video. And we've always talked about doing it with a phone call, but now you can do it with video text too. Hey man, I just saw that your kids are getting ready to graduate for college. What is going on? Hey, I saw that your kids decided on which college he's going to attend next year. Hey, I just want to say, man, it's been too long, but congratulations on parenting, dude. You did it. Or anything you see going on. I saw you got a new puppy. It's made me think of you guys, and that must make the kids so happy. Just want to reach out and say, hey, and see how you're doing. Or if there's some, hey, I just saw that, you lost your grandparents, your grandfather this week. And I want to reach out and just say, hey man, I'm thinking about you. We're praying for you, whatever. And you're jumping out there and you're actually doing a personal touch to help somebody. So you can get topics all day long as you regularly get in Facebook and engage and add value, just like we always teach you. Okay? Now you've got topics for those touches. This is a year-round thing. During the holidays, it's very easy just to do it. Don't even have to go on Facebook. You can just, wish everybody happy holidays and get real quick with it, because you're saying the same thing over and over again. Make sure you're personal though. Make sure you say their name. Make sure, and if you know somebody else in their family, say that too. Because the last thing you want to do is have this look like a robo video that's not personal, that you just sent to everybody. You just went from a hero to a zero if you do that. We don't want to be spamming your SOI. So anything you can to personally touch it up. Say their name at the beginning. And at the end, if there's somebody, you say their name again, or if you know someone else in their family or someone else they know that in common, drop that name too. Make it look personal, like you were just thinking about them. That's the idea, okay? Now, here's the key. I want you, like anything, it sounds like a great idea. And, if you don't have a coach, you're just going to run out there and, say, oh, I'm going to go off my pure motivation and start doing this. You will quit in 30 days. Just here to tell you, you'll quit this. You'll quit in 45 days. You'll quit in 60 days without any type of accountability. That's what happens. You get excited about something. You say, I can do this. And it turns out to be harder than you think. Why? Because life gets in the way, and we are human beings that hate to lead generate. And if you haven't become self-aware of that yet, we are great at coming up with excuses why we can't do anything that we once thought was cool when we first heard it. So in that type of scenario, here's what you got to do. If you don't have a coach and you are going to tell yourself that you can muscle through it, what I would do is this: 10 of these a day, 10 video texts a day. Is it the thing? Is it awesome? Yeah, it's all those things that you're thinking now that you've heard this from me. But it's 10 a day and you're in and out like a ninja. So, that should take you somewhere between, if you get really good at this over time and you get comfortable with it and you get fast, shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes. When you're first starting out, I don't know how it's going to take you an hour to send 10 60-second texts. And 60 seconds, I'd rather see them be 30 seconds. The shorter, the better. Don't go past 60 seconds, guys. So you're gonna have to practice to get quick and get concise. But that's the idea. They need to be quick. So it's 10 a day, in and out, right after your 10-10-5, where you're on Facebook to get all your topics. Because man, you can even make it more personal. I mean, you double them up and tell them happy holidays, blah, blah, blah. And then also, hey, I also saw this. You know, I saw you went through this. I saw you're doing this. Or it's, hey, happy birthday. And by the way, I saw this too. That's awesome, man. Now you've really gone next level. You're maintaining your relationship. The social guilt, if they know someone buying or selling a house, or they themselves are buying and selling a house, if they don't use you the following year after receiving that from you, that's a lot of social guilt they're turning away from, man. That's just the way it works. You're going out of your way for them on a personal level. So how many of those can you do? I mean, you can think here, 10 a week, 10 a day. That's 50 a week. That's 200 contacts a month. I mean, you can get through a pretty big SOI in just a couple of months, a 400 person SOI. They don't even need to answer. You're going to engage with every single one of them. So it's a super powerful lead generation technique. And I don't really care who you know. If you don't like video, or I don't like putting myself on a screen, you have got to get over that. I mean, we're moving into a new world where it's really important. I mean, you're a people person. Do you like being face-to-face? What's the difference? This is just one-on-one, just like that is. We got to get good at it. Got to get comfortable with it. Get over that mind trash up in our head. It's super, super powerful. Super, super powerful.